Hi, guys. Welcome to Weekly Travel Updates. I am Melinda Fargis, your host, and I do weekly travel updates. I own Action Travel, and I run professional development journeys. I just noticed that I forgot to put lipstick on. Anyway, there are people who say that's truly very important. I, I want to do all I can to improve this. Okay. Tonight we have lots of things going on. It is the 16th of March. So tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Will be calling my friend John Patrick because he was born on St. Patrick's Day. So if you're watching tonight, John, happy birthday a little bit in advance. Well, guys, tonight I want to tell you all that's going on. Man, it besides this weather alert day that we're having, um, they closed schools today for fear of tornadoes. I don't know that when I was in school here, I don't ever remember them closing school for winds and possible severe weather. As a matter of fact, you had to the ground had to get white before they let you out of school for snow. Anyway, that's another story. Neither here nor there. Let's go to this week. My first story is about the new chaos that is hitting Mexico. Travel disruptions in Mexico are making headlines again because several cruise itineraries and travel packages are being reshuffled due to winter storm patterns. Can you imagine that on the west coast of Mexico? Winter storm patterns. It's caused all kinds of problems. Ships are missing ports. Ports are congested, and even the Gulf routes, because of these storms, are seeing congestion and delays. Some cruise lines are skipping and changing ports in Mexico. Weather disruptions have delayed ship repositionings. Certain excursions are being adjusted at the very last minute. Like if you were hoping to do parasailing, that's probably not going to happen. The good news is most trips are still sailing, but flexibility is your new superpower. That's going to be the theme throughout this year. I just feel certain. The pro tip is always book with a travel professional who can rebook your excursions, adjust flights, and advocate for you if there are problems. Let's go to the next thing. Travel schemes and scams. Y'all, this is just getting worse. I talked about this a few weeks ago, but what I'm about to show you are new things. We're very concerned with travel scams out there, and they're exploding, and it's mostly online. Here are 3 of the most common travel scams happening right now. Fake booking sites. You see this picture of a keyboard with a flight background? There are AI sites out there now that gladly take your money if you put in the right information. One of the ways to know, guys, is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That's not just an old wives' tale. It's got a lot of truth to it. And the problem is once you pay on these sites, many of these sites make your payments and they go into Cash App, and there is no way for them to be traced. Scam number 2 is much of the same. We've talked about this before. Social media vacation deals. Someone's offering a luxury resort, $299 for the week. It's probably a scam. Just don't go there. There's lots of ways that you can check. One of the ways is to call the Better Business Bureau or the Chamber of Commerce in the city of which it is in and just ask, does this sound reasonable? I saw this online. It's much better than losing your hard-earned vacation dollars. And the next one is fake customer support numbers. They're How many times? I do it all the time. How many times have you Googled what's the phone number for Carnival Cruise Lines customer service? Any travel vendor. It's not just cruise lines. It's all over. Customer service lines, and they ask some information that gives them enough information to interact with you. Often that's when you find out that, oh, they can do this for just this much more money. And that just this much more money is something they are completely ripping you off for. Travelers need to search that phone number and make sure that it is official. Or you can call your favorite travel agent who will do all of this for you. One of the things, book through a reputable agency, guy, all the time and say, hey, I see this online. Is this for real? Is this a good deal? While we were gone on our cruise in January, 3 ladies saw this great deal that was going to expire in 12 hours. So they went ahead and booked it. Now, it was fine that they went ahead and booked it because we were able to take it over. But after I took it over, she said, can you get me a better deal? And do you know that without any problem other than just looking it up, because NCL is preferred with us, we were able to get them a balcony cabin instead of an ocean view cabin, and it was $67 less. Guys, it just pays to deal with a professional. Would you walk into court without your attorney by your side? Well, travel is getting challenging, and while wars are going on, more than ever, you should be using an agent because we know what's going on. We keep on top of it. I'm online all day just about with updates, and I probably got 30 texts today about storm and flight cancellations, all kinds of delays going up and down the West Coast and in the Northwest and Chicago. So, okay, now let's talk about cruise news. It's been a crazy busy week. I told you West Coast Mexico cruise itineraries are changing. And while several lines are adjusting itineraries due to the winter weather patterns, several of them are just skipping ports altogether. And if you've been around this community long, you know that doesn't mean that they have to give you anything for it. They have to take care of their ship and the passengers as a whole. So they're going to always do that in lieu of you getting into port because you wanted to go lay on the beach. Okay. These late winter storms are heading into New York. Now, many of these repositioning cruises, they will head south now, or they'll go to New York and do spring departures out of New York. At any rate, it has caused havoc this week. Even Virgin Voyages, they're moving from Pier 90 in New York City over to Brooklyn because there's just too much congestion there. And next year in 2027, they're not even going back to New York until the fall for fall foliage sailings, which are super popular on the East Coast. Well, cruise line stocks are rising again, but I'm going to tell you, they took a hit this past week. I'm going to run through. I talked to you guys last week. Carnival was at $26.39. They closed Friday at $23.92. Now, if you had 100 shares of stock, because that's the minimum of to get any perks on board a Carnival cruise, that's a $3, not quite $3, almost $3. So you would have lost $300 this week. Ooh, that would have killed me. That's why I don't have any cruise stock right now. All right, then Royal Caribbean was at $290.55. They closed Friday at $266. That is a $30 drop. Well, 24. I'm wrong, but close enough. Anyway, Norwegian only dropped a little bit. They weren't very high to begin with at $20.71 a share. They went down to $19.49. Still a slight drop. And Viking is the last one that I follow closely. They were at 72.61 and they dropped $5 down to 67.41. A lot's happening in the cruise world. I mean, I'll tell you, they're all going up in price. Princess had increases this week. Their tips, like if you order a drink, you know how the waiter will hand you a tab for you to sign. Well, that tab always gives you the opportunity. There's a line there for tips. If you're not careful, you might not notice that there's already a tip on your tab. It has been 18% for several years. That 18% is going to 20% April 1st. If you have Princess Plus, and if you're going to Alaska with us and you're already booked, well, even if you're not already booked, if you take the Princess Plus package, it doesn't matter what the tips go up to, gratuities go up to, because they're already all included. Then, let's see. I know what that says. I couldn't read my own writing. It's Princess's medallion. You know, they have a little medallion that you wear around your neck, or you can wear it on a bracelet. The medallion has been costing $10 if you wanted to get it in advance, sent to your home before your cruise. Well, this week they went up to $20. And again, if you have Princess Plus, you don't have to pay that. It's making that $60 a day look a little bit more attractive when all these other things are increasing in price. Well, speaking of Princess, there was the second major outbreak, and this was the largest one this year. There was a second major outbreak on a ship with people sick. Norovirus was on the Sun Princess, which got in yesterday. 104 of the 4,300 passengers sailing and 49 crew members were sick with norovirus. This is a gastronomic condition. Typically, it's from not washing your hands or touching something that was not clean and then eating behind that, or anyway, it's not fun. I've had it before, and you want to do all you can to avoid it. At any rate, on Thursday, and it's only the second ship. The first ship was a NCL ship in January, but not nearly 104 people. There were only 23 on that ship of about the same size number of passengers. So that's it for tonight. I can't see how long we have gone. 15 minutes. Oh, I did good tonight. You know how I am. Sometimes I get a little carried away. I will tell you that we have new space for Alaska 2027. We're going to do professional development journeys on board So I am your global connector. I help busy professionals take that needed vacation, and I show them how they can write it off of their taxes by joining us in Alaska. This is a top-notch trip. It is Princess Cruise Line. We start in Fairbanks for a night. We go down to Denali for 2 nights. Then we get on the Alaska Railroad and we go all the way down to Whittier. We get on the Island Princess and we will sail from Whittier across the Bay of Alaska into the Inside Passage. We'll go to Juneau, Glacier Bay, Skagway, Ketchikan, and as we're coming into Vancouver, that's the best place to see orca this time of year. I'm very excited. If you have interest, my information, it runs across the bottom. We would love to have you. I am putting a call out for speakers. Look at LinkedIn, Melinda Fargis on LinkedIn for more information. Or you can email me below and tell me if you have interest, and I'll get the information over to you. Well, thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day. And I handed these out at church last night. And I said, here, you can have one of these for Tuesday. They're stickers so that you don't get pinched. But if you want to get pinched, just wear white tomorrow. Okay, ciao. See you later. Have a great week. Be safe out there.